Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making a video for new players in DC, Dark Legion, hoping it will be helpful for those just starting out and also for anyone planning to play on a new server. In this video, I'll talk about strong team compositions that can help you get an easier start in the game, from beginner-friendly teams to those you can play long-term, so you can save up resources and invest in the right lineup. Before we start, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do to support me and stay tuned for more awesome videos. And don't forget to leave your feedback. I really appreciate everyone who understood and encouraged me after I talked about the AI issue in the previous video. All right, enough talking, let's get straight into it. First up, let's talk about the starter team. It will include 5 legendary heroes: Wonder Woman, who can later be upgraded to Mythic; Killer Croc, who has weak survivability early on, so you can replace him later when you get a new mythic hero like Superman. For the ranged role, you'll use Mera, the main healer of this team. Then comes Green Arrow, a strong single-target damage dealer who lets you manually choose targets in PvE modes. Finally, we have Black Adam, who deals spiritual damage to counter heroes with strong physical damage, or you can use Red Hood for wide area damage instead. In this lineup, you should only invest your attack core, attack damage resources into Wonder Woman and Green Arrow. Or, if you want to save materials, just invest in Wonder Woman. She's a solid long-term tanker. You can also replace some heroes with other mythic ones you obtain early on. For example, if you get Robin early, that's a great advantage for clearing the Simulate Level 100 mission. But if you don't, no worries. You can just use Green Arrow and Red Hood to focus on attacking the enemy's Poison Ivy to win. I'm not sure if that level 100 stage is still as tough as it was when I first started, but I'll include it here just to be safe. Of course, once you've been online for a week, you'll receive Harley Quinn and her Legacy. You can use her early on, but don't invest in her if you plan to play long term. She's good, but her team isn't. There's also a new character called Nurse Harley, but I don't know how strong she is yet since her skills haven't been revealed, only her character design. Hopefully she'll be strong enough to carry Harley Quinn's team in the future. The next team you can build after about 2 months of playing will be Wonder Woman, Superman, Scarecrow, the Joker, and Poison Ivy. The reason is that after completing the 7-day missions, you'll receive a mythic chest, and you should choose Poison Ivy from it to pair with the Joker later on. The Arkham team might not be a long-term option, but it's extremely useful in the early stages, especially when you reach the final mission of the story mode. The enemy team there will be very strong, but as long as the Joker survives for just a few seconds, your opponent will lose. In this lineup, you can skip Superman if you don't plan to build the Superman family team. Even though Superman is used by many players long-term, you won't have many anvils early on, so if you're a free-to-play player, it's better to skip Superman and focus on the Joker. However, doing so comes with some limitations. Skipping Superman means you won't draw him, so you won't complete missions as quickly, and your team won't be strong enough since drawing is how your team levels up. Still, after about 2 weeks, you'll be able to get more Joker shards and increase his stars, giving you a better chance of winning. If you can afford to raise his star level higher, do it. If not, just stop at 2 blue stars, which means getting him 3 times. After about 2 weeks of focusing on the Joker, move on to Scarecrow. Try to raise him to 5 white stars so he can act as a tanker alongside Wonder Woman. As for replacing Superman, if you decide to skip him, you can use Vixen to boost the Joker's attack or the Flash. He's also a good choice and can be purchased in the League shop. Next, once you already have a stable team, you'll eventually face someone who can truly scare you, Deathstroke. After the Scarecrow banner, the next one will be Deathstrokes. However, since you've already spent a lot of anvils on the Joker and Scarecrow, it'll be really hard to have enough left to level Deathstroke high enough to stand against your opponents. So the best option is to skip him. From that moment on, you should skip every new hero until you reach Constantine. During this period from the start of the server, focus all your resources on building this team. I already made a video on how to build the Justice League Dark team. I'll link it below this video. But for those who don't want to watch the other video, I'll summarize it here. You can buy Raven in the Brawl Metal Shop. Wonder Woman should already be invested in from the beginning, and since she's a legendary hero, she's quite easy to upgrade stars for. Dr. Fate can be exchanged using custom Mythic Champion shards. That gives you 4 Justice League Dark members already. The last member is flexible. You can switch based on the opponent. For example, if you face Nightwing, use Aquaman. If you face Deathstroke, use Mera. If there's no specific counter, use the Joker. When you're up against a stronger Justice League Dark team, you can use Vixen or the Flash to boost Constantine's damage so he can defeat the opponent faster. This lineup will be your long-term team. Later on, just save your anvils and wait for heroes you want to swap in. For example, when Deathstroke returns, when Sinestro comes back, or when a new hero like Swamp Thing appears to help Constantine survive better and complete your full 5-member Justice League Dark team. Or you can switch to the BatFamily combined with the Teen Titans. This team is much cheaper for free-to-play players because Nightwing is the only limited mythic hero, so you won't need too many resources to upgrade his legacy. However, if you want to include Starfire, you'll need to spend a bit more resources. If I remember correctly, after Constantine's banner ends, Nightwing's banner will be next, so the wait won't be too long. For this team, you'll use Raven, Wonder Girl, Red Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl. This setup is both affordable and strong, but since it includes 4 non-limited mythic heroes, it's still quite hard to build. You can buy Raven from the Brawl store, while the other 3 will depend entirely on your luck with draws and mother boxes. As for custom Mythic Champion shards, you can only choose 1 hero to upgrade as quickly as possible. Luckily, Wonder Girl is currently featured in an event, but for new players, this event probably won't return anytime soon, similar to Crypto's case. Overall, the Justice League Dark team is still the easiest one to build, and I can say that from my own experience when I first started playing the game. Next, for those of you who can invest more in the game, you should try to get Superman right from the start. You won't miss out on early game progression because you'll need to draw heroes to participate in events like Supreme Commander, 3v3, and many others. However, just aim for 2 blue stars first. Unless you're a heavy spender, then you can go for red stars. But the key point here is that I want you to save your money and anvils for the Legion of Doom team, because that's the team that's truly powerful even without any healers. To build this team properly, you should focus all your money and custom Mythic Champion shards on Lex Luthor from the beginning. Then go for the 3 limited Mythic heroes, Scarecrow, Deathstroke, and Sinestro. Since anvils are limited, you can keep Scarecrow at 2 blue stars. That's good enough for now, and focus on getting Deathstroke and Sinestro as high as possible. They need more stars to sync well with Lex Luthor and form an incredibly strong trio. Ideally, you should get all 3 of them to 5 red stars. Because this faction doesn't have a healer, you can choose an additional tanker who can create shields to help the team survive longer, instead of using Killer Croc, who only boosts damage for Deathstroke and Sinestro. It's up to your preference, but personally, I think this team already has strong offense, so adding more survivability would make it even stronger. For players who invest less but still want to play this team, you can raise Deathstroke to 1 purple star, Sinestro as high as you can, and Scarecrow to 5 white stars. However, Lex Luthor must be 5 red stars. His main role is to help his teammates use their ultimate skills as fast as possible. Try to buy him from daily deals or daily rewards. Basically, whenever you see him available, exchange for him immediately to progress faster. Personally, I think this team is extremely strong, but it might still be vulnerable to the Superman family if they're on the same level, mainly because the Legion of Doom has no healer and can't finish them off quickly. The Superman family has Supergirl, who has high physical and spiritual defense, making her resistant to Sinestro. And Superman and Supergirl both have very high attack and are melee fighters, so they're not afraid of Deathstroke. That's the theory, though. I haven't tested it myself yet. Later on, once you've reached your ideal team setup, you'll naturally figure out how to build new and better lineups to replace or improve your main team. Since hero skills and banners are constantly being adjusted by the developers for balance, this guide might not stay fully accurate in the future. However, it should still be a useful foundation to help you progress further in DC, Dark Legion. I hope you found this guide helpful. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share this video so more DC Dark Legion players can see it. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video.